Hi kids, it's Bunny with another junk journal. Excuse me if I sniff a lot, I have allergies going on. But today, I need to pull out a little bit. Always need to pull out a little bit. Today, journal is called Beautiful Day. And it is, as usual, hardback, chipboard, covered with this really pretty flower fabric and a little lace skirt and a velvet pink ribbon. And I've tried to make this not quite as chunky as they've been getting to be lately because it's been getting out of hand. So it's still chunky, but it's, you know, not ridiculous. And I'm shooting off the background. Okay, here we go. And as always, if this runs out before I'm finished, I might do a part 2, but if I'm real near the back, I might not. So, there you go. Okay, let me put on my glasses because now I can't see. I keep forgetting to wear my glasses. Inside the front cover, adjust. We have a pocket with a tea-dyed crocheted flower and the first of many journal cards, which are blank on the back so you can write on them. Here's a teeny weeny envelope and it's got teeny weeny cards inside. And here's another slender journaling card. And I have a note about the journal for people who aren't familiar with such things, explaining how it could be used. And these pretty full-page illustrations are called the Pink Garden Kit by Compass and Ink on Etsy. Okay, and in this tuck, I put a lot of lace on the edges. I have lots of big laces to work with lately. Here is a journaling card, not a photo, a journaling card. And another. And a tag. Tags also are blank on the back so you can write on them. And we have a doily. And this is vintage sheet music. I'm not sure what year, probably the 20s. And here is a pocket that's made of this pretty applique fabric, whatever you call it, with some journaling cards. And this one has a piece of authentic vintage ephemera. It's a receipt from the Armour and Company. Apparently something to do with wool. Isn't that pretty? And here's some handmade paper with flower petals embedded in it. Here's a page from an old book. Here is some vellum, half of a butterfly wing made of vellum. This is a page out of a vintage children's book called 21 Balloons. And there's another vintage children's piece of ephemera, teaching them the alphabet. And there's some ledger paper. And in this tuck are some more pretty pictures Another small envelope with small little cards inside. Small little, redundant. And another tag. They're just so cute. This is from a vintage theater magazine. I believe it's 1930 something. And this is an article about the new Star is Born movie. Yes, there were many before the Lady Gaga one. And something about director Cecil B. DeMille. Here's a horse on a balloon. You don't see that every day. Beautiful journaling cards. I seem to be too far away from things. I'm having to stretch. This is an authentic vintage envelope. It doesn't have anything in it. Not sure what year it's from. I think this is, I hate to say, 30-something. It's not really clear. More children's paraphernalia. The other half of the butterfly. Oh, and the blank pages are coffee dyed. And we have little clusters and stampings and things throughout. Lots of little things to look at. In this pocket, there's a skinny journaling card and some faux tickets. And through the window you can see another card. Let's see if I can get it out without tearing everything. Probably not. I'm going to have to repair that. There we go. Sorry about that. I'll fix it. Don't worry. And it's a unusual photograph. Journaling card. Not a photograph, but a journaling card. More vintage sheet music. Doily. Lots of lace. In the next signature we have some wallpaper. Here's the tuck. I really love this. The dog and the raccoon. Best friends. And here's the girl and her pet bunny rabbit. And some interesting dancers. And this is a vintage postcard showing Rosemary Mill in Roanoke Rapids. That's where my boyfriend's from. Like you care. And here is little bit of a ruffled fabric. Big button here. And here is an authentic vintage photograph taken out of a scrapbook apparently. And a journaling card and a tag. I'll bring this a little closer. I can't keep reaching like this. I need to pick up speed so I won't run out. Some more vintage. Oh, actually, this isn't vintage music paper. It's some sheet music that I decoupaged a napkin onto. Very vibrant colors. In this tuck we have journaling cards and another piece of authentic vintage ephemera, another receipt. Here is a side pocket made out of lace, in which I have an envelope with a card inside and a couple of journal cards. Here is some pretty fabric from a Indian sari. And vintage stamp. Got a couple of vintage stamps in there. I was able to come upon some cute ones lately, or recently. Here's a photograph of some guys having fun at the beach. A teeny tiny envelope with teeny tiny cards inside. And a pretty journaling card. And a tag. There's crocheted flower. More children's book, more other book, more handmade paper, more vintage sheet music. And in this stock we have, I missed this one when I was photographing. A lady with very long hair, must be Rapunzel. And she's a beauty. And tag. More journaling cards. And this is a vintage postcard. The Shrine of Democracy. And here is some vintage check from 1887. That's the real thing, folks. Pretty old. Here is an old illustration out of an old book, and it was very fragile and torn around the edges, but I just love the little bunnies, and put it in here. This is an envelope that I've done a little texture work on, and inside is a journaling card and miniature journal or notebook with miniature cards. Here is more out of that vintage theater magazine. Helena Rubinstein introduces a new mask. This is vintage collar, I believe, embroidered. And here's some lace on that one. Oh, and here's a bigger but still small notebook for you to write in. More vintage children's book. Here is a authentic vintage photograph from 1944. And a beautiful bride. And a bookmark. That you can use in this book or some other book. Here's another vintage photograph. Looks like a woman and her dog. She's looking down on the dog. And More pretty journaling cards. And here's another lace pocket with a vintage photograph of a, looks like a family, and journaling card, and a tag. Pretty lace. More wallpaper. This is page out of a 1958 dairy farm log. And in this side pocket we have pretty girl. And a small envelope with a little card in it. And here's another vintage envelope. Nothing inside, but this is from 1947. Okay. More vintage sheet music. Here's another vintage photograph. It looks like a couple having maybe a picnic. And beautiful lady. Another vintage receipt from the Quaker Oil Company. I'll put this all back together later. A really neat illustration from the 21 Balloons book. More journaling cards. That's Mary Pickford, I believe, an actress. And another teeny tiny envelope. Will we make it? Music. And this is a vintage advertising card of some sort. More wallpaper. Dancing. Beautiful ladies. Charming young men. And we're almost there. Here's the end. Inside the back cover, we have some pretty journaling cards. And another tiny little notebook for you to write in. Very small. And that's it. We made it to the end. Okay. Thanks for taking a look. And I hope you'll visit my shop, Treasure Journals at Etsy. And we'll see you next time.